I have over 25 years of real estate experience dedicated to coaching and sharing knowledge with realtors and consumers. Join me and let's take this to the next level. So now we're going to talk about the power of the ask with regard to working with a seller. And I think that, again, a lot of real estate agents are not asking. Some of the trainers in our industry suggest that an agent ask at least 5 times for the seller potentially to sign the document. And it's specifically, I think the best way to ask in a typical presentation after presenting the multitude of things you're going to do as a real estate agent to help the seller get their home sold. The critical thing after you make a great presentation is to ask. If you make a great presentation and you never ask, you're probably not going to get anywhere. So the key is great presentation and then ask. And the ask would be, in my opinion, you could say, as you can see, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, there's a tremendous amount of work that we need to get started on. Are you ready to get going? And if you've got a great presentation that's going to lead them to a decision to say yes, then as you can see, and I'd wave my hand over all the material that I just covered in my presentation, as you can see, there's a ton of work we have to do. Are you ready to get going? And that's, in my experience, been the question that helps a seller make the decision. Yeah, we're ready. We see that you've got a plan. Another way to ask is, can you see that my plan is going to help you get top dollar for your home? And I'm looking for them to say, absolutely, Brian, that was a thorough, great presentation. So the follow-up is, so let's get started. Or, are you ready to get started? Or, I'm ready to get started. Are you? And these are questions that you can, pretty conversational questions that you can ask a seller and then move forward. I mean, the key is to nudge them enough to get going. So that's...
and not be afraid to be asking multiple times, because typically it's going to potentially take a few times of asking potentially.
Yeah, if you don't ask, the chances are the next person that the seller talks to is going to ask, and they're going to get the order. So,
right.
And if it takes 3 or 4 times for a seller to kind of nudge toward getting ready to go, and you've only asked twice, well, the next agent that comes along asks once or twice, and they get the business.
Right.
So definitely the power of the ask. We got to be asking, we got to be presenting, and then we've got to ask. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Be sure to click the link and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.